Here's everything I found in stores in June. The Action discount stores continued sending all kinds of different Matchbox cases of 2024 to their different locations. So it was just a matter of trying to visit as many different locations to find all kinds of different cases there. So here's what I managed to grab. Porsche 918 Spider, and this a kind of fluorescent green, gray base. So we get a top deco and a rear deco. Staying with Porsche, new model for 2024. I noticed that there's a typo here. So it says Nuevo, which is Spanish, and Novo, which is Portuguese. And I think this is meant to be French, but new is not nouveau in French, it's nouveau. So there should be an A between the E and the U. Oopsie. Porsche 911 Targa 4. Nice blue color. The 4 is not mentioned on the base here. So we got a possibly a top tempo here in the front, top tempo in the rear for the grille, and the third brake light, and then a rear deco for everything else. Very nicely done, I have to say. Tempo wise, got an all plastic roof piece. Would have been nice if this was open. Just the center section here, that is kind of non-see-through. Also would have been nice if the B pillar would have painted silver like it is on the real one, but you know, I understand that it's hard to do. But at least, yeah, wouldn't have looked that plasticky if this the center part here was open. That would have been nice. I also like that they put a disc on there, which is better than a tombstone or a urinal. So all in all, not a bad job. Oh yeah, we got some tempo here in the front too. So yeah, that is very, very nicely tempoed. Pretty much everything you would want on there is present. Cool. Okay, so now I understand they kind of made up for the B pillar not being silver by giving us a lot of other extra tempos. Okay, I'll take it. And then we got a full convertible, the Mercedes-AMG SL63. A recolor was previously in blue, first release, kind of that blue that the Porsche was in. Metal flake black, front deco on this. Top deco for the Mercedes star. No red paint for the spot there for the third brake light. But other than that, it's nicely tempoed. Here we get a frisbee hanging from the dashboard. That's okay. Again, better than a barrel in the footwell of the driver. Nice new rims too. Cool. Going electric with the Audi e-tron. Recolor. Again, tempo-wise, everything you would want on there. Even some black paint for the part that is just above the plastic bumper. So they gave us that in metal, and they had to add another tempo on there. Could have made it less metal and more plastic, but they didn't. So I'm gonna give them props for that. Then we go American. New model for 2024, a 1964 Lincoln Continental. Chrome base, of course. It's an American car. They always get the chrome bases. Well, not always. Nicely done. We got a disc for a steering wheel. Good enough for me. White interior. So we got all the details on the side, basically. These taillights, I can imagine these are hard to do from the rear because it's so narrow. So we get them from the side. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Hot Wheels also did the Continental, also 64 by the way. Here's a metal flake white version. The one from Hot Wheels is slammed. It's got the windows open, whereas the rear window on this is closed. Very similar but different. Got a little bit more plastic on the Hot Wheels, where the taillights are also plastic, whereas the Matchbox has them in metal. In the front, it's fairly similar. But Matchbox probably did a better job. Although I like the Hot Wheels version too. Another new model for 2024, the 1968 Chevy C10. Old pickup truck. Not a fan, but you know, it's licensed, so I'm going to buy it if it's a Matchbox. Deco in the front, deco in the rear. My eyes are playing tricks on me with the color. One time it looks green, the other time it looks blue. And again, a disc for a steering wheel, good enough. And then we got the 2019 Jeep Renegade, which I think is based on a Fiat 500L and has the same color as that Fiat 500. It's got the panoramic roof, details front and rear. Good enough. Staying with the same color. They went up a little bit in price from €1.14 to €1.19. Still way cheaper than the few stores that have Matchbox mainlines. 2019 Fiat 500 Turbo. A little protector in there, oddly shaped. Light colored interior. Front and rear deco again. That's all it needs. Then we get to some British cars. Morris Minor Saloon recolor. Quintessential Matchbox model, in my opinion. Very fitting, nice green, nicely detailed. front and rear. Morris Minor 1000 or 1 liter engine. That stands for on the license plate. And above the license plate it also says that. And this one does get chrome, which is really nice and surprising. It's a left-hand drive version. There's also a right-hand drive version, but you know, I'm not going to bother. And then a very nice new model for 2024, the 1977 Jaguar XJ6C, C which stands for coupe. Very good year. Another protector in there. Nice blue color. It's got the windows down also, like the Hot Wheels Continental. No chrome on this, unfortunately. It's got the gray. Headlights are done. And no paint on the grille, unfortunately. It would have been nice if the grille was metal and we got some tampo on there. Nicely tampoed on the rear though. The wheels are too modern again, just like with the Opel Kadett. Should have had the disc wheels. This one's right-hand drive with the frisbee hanging from the dashboard. And yeah, tempo-wise, it's a little bit disappointing in the front. But otherwise, this is a very cool model. Casting's nice, execution, not so much. And then the Aldi discount supermarket had Matchbox 5-packs. Basically the only outlet nowadays where you can get Matchbox for a halfway decent price, meaning not 2 digits. Yeah, they've become hard to find, Matchbox 5-packs. When I started collecting in 2017, you would stumble over them in the stores. There were so many, and they were reasonably priced, you know, €6, €7 at most. With the discount stores, €5. Nowadays, it's just, they're double the money and they're just not that easy to find anymore. Anyway, I will quit my rant. And these are the ones I got. Didn't get all of them. A few that I think are going to be less popular that I might be able to grab later on for cheaper, hopefully. Here's the Coffee Cruisers 5. It has the 1963 Cadillac Ambulance in it, which is the third time it is in orange. Previously, we saw it in orange. This is a Lesney edition, so metal on metal with the extra paint details on the roof. Also, the original version, because this one is retooled. You can see there's a roof piece, kind of a moonroof in there, and this is the other orange one, also the original version. So they relocated the cherry on top to just behind the siren, and then cut open this roof to have less metal on it. Then we got the Ford F100 panel van. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm not going to open these. Most of you probably know that. I'm going to wait till I have all of them from 2024 and then do a one video where I open up all of the 2024 5-packs. Ford F100 panel van. This is also retooled. The fenders front and rear were converted to plastic. I'm okay with that. Makes them it makes it possible to do two-tone liveries, and the body is still metal. It's still quite a lot of metal on this thing. So as long as they don't turn it into a completely plastic body casting. I will keep on collecting this and liking this. Rock and roll, one-man show, rockabilly, doo-wop, and strolls. And then it says Coffee Cruises, Los Angeles, California on the door. Cool. And there's some info on the model itself. I assume, yeah, Ford F100. The F100 badge kind of looks like a Fiat badge. That's why I misspoke. Yeah, sweet. Then we got the 1932 Ford Coupe Model B and a Moon Eyes livery. Shout out to Rudy Moons. And then we got the 1965 Ford Mustang GT. This has also been retooled. So we've already seen it in green in the 5-pack, but it was a lighter green. And this was still the original version. This is a 2019 release. So the bumper is a part of the metal body, whereas the newer model is not. And also in the rear, the bumper is part of the metal body, which is not the case anymore. I'll show you that on this version because it's kind of hard to see here. On this version, I mean. So bumper is part of the gray interior, front and rear. And then the base is red, so the bottom part of the bumpers are red too. In this case, the base is kind of a white. Yeah, it is white. So the bumpers are black, part of the interior, and then the bottom part of the bumpers, or the part underneath the bumpers, is white. That kind of is not that good looking as this one here, where they color match the base, so you can get a... I think this just looks way better. So that's kind of a bummer. And then we got the Dodge Challenger SRT from 2008. Which to my knowledge has never been retooled and is a great looking casting. Nice blue too. Then we got the MBX or Matchbox Japan Cruisers with the Toyota 4Runner. They have the Toyota official licensed product thingy on there. They are really sucking up to a Toyota, you know. Mattel lost the license for some time. And then now they got it back, and they're trying to do things by the book, it seems. Not wanting to lose that license again. We had a similar release to this one. Not that long ago. Kind of the color is very much similar, if not the same, but different livery. And different wheel color and stuff. Retooled also. This has the grille and headlights part of the body, but with less detail on the grille. And then the bumper part of the base. And the back bumper part of the base too, with the post. Whereas previously it had a plastic grille and a partial bumper part of the interior, and same with the partial bumper in the rear part of the interior, and no post, but the post attached to the rear hatch of the lift gate, and that yeah, looked much better. They could kind of differentiate with the front too, color wise. I mean, I don't mind it so much in the front. I don't mind the bumper in the rear being part of the base, but that post, is that really necessary? I mean, this one does not have the post, obviously. It just has the... I imagine it would use less metal to put a half a post in there than a full post. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. We gained some metal in the front. But we also gain some metal in the rear where we don't want it. Kind of odd. Mazda 3 from 2019, very recent casting, so no changes there. New in white. Subaru Impreza Police has been in white before. Retooled, used to have a separate piece for the light bar. Now it's part of the window piece. Of course, different livery. Still a nice model. It didn't change much besides the light bar. Very happy to see the Honda Civic Type R again. As far as I know, not retooled, so no post in the rear. Still has the post attached to the hatch in the back, the way it should be. Very cool. Very hard to come by this model here in Europe for some reason. But that's not different in other parts of the world, I guess, either. So yeah, very glad they brought this back. And then the 1971 Nissan Skyline 2000 GTX. Very cool model again with the mirrors on the wings. There's a variation on the interior on these. I don't know if this exact model has an interior variation, but the older ones did. It's always right-hand drive, by the way. But there's something else that is different. Let's start with the first release here. This is a very early release from 2016 when it was new. And this is an error, so the vehicle on the card is kind of in a light blue or teal-ish almost, whereas the vehicle in the blister is silver. So I am going to keep this carded and add it to the error collection. But I will open up this one, which has the correct silver vehicle on the card. This is a later production. So the top one is J31, so week 31 of 2016. And then the bottom one is J36, so week 36 of 2016. So they started out with the wrong card, and then they changed it up to the correct one. And let's look at the interior to see what we have to pay attention to. The seat of the driver is on the right side where the steering wheel is, obviously, from JDM. This one is just a plain seat. There's nothing to see there on the seat. And I will open up the second release. And this kind of dark blue, well, kind of almost primer gray bluish, no clear coat thing. And this one has a 4-point harness on the driver's seat. I don't know if I'll be able to show you better like this. So you can see there the 4 points coming together, and then the back of the seat also has the seat belt coming down, whereas that is not the case on the regular version. That does not have the seat coming down. The seat belt coming down the seat. Jeez, kind of hard to show you. The other lights are so bright that it doesn't really allow me to show the differences. Yeah, you get the point. MBX Retro. Volkswagen Beetle 4x4. This was also retooled at one point. The engine is now part of the interior, whereas previously you can see the base and the interior are black. Well, it's kind of hard to show the interior, but it is black. You can see nothing in there. And the engine was a separate piece. 1976 Honda CVCC or Civic. Nice new blue color. Pretty recent, so no changes there. MBX field car, also pretty recent model. 1990 Volkswagen Golf Country. This has been in white before. And kind of a similar deco too, with the rabbits running there. And you have the yellow and the white and the gray and the black. Two interior variations on this too. So this interior has all the stuff in there. The toolbox, the shovel, the jerry can, and the chainsaw, and some other stuff underneath the toolbox. Whereas the alternative interior only has the toolbox and the jerry can. And I believe this interior is the one with only the jerry can and the toolbox. And then the Austin minivan, very cool. Leans itself for a lot of side deco. Sweet model, to my knowledge, never been retooled. Love it. Although I can't remember it having a trailer hitch, but you know, probably always did. Then we get to the Tesla 20th anniversary with the Tesla Model Y in this gray, which is very similar to the one from the 2023 MBX electric drivers. As you can see, the rims are different. License plate will probably be different too, and maybe a slight color difference, but not much. Then we got the Tesla Model X in a metal flake black. First time we see it like that. Same with the 2020 Tesla Roadster. First time in this nice blue. Tesla Model 3 is in the 2024 mainline, also in this pearl white, but license plate is different, and maybe other slight differences. Same with the Tesla Model S, the 2023 version, also in 2024 in a similar red, but with different color rims and different license plate. One other thing that is interesting to notice here, the vehicles are in the correct order. Only the Roadster I would have put on the top or on the rear. Why? Because the model designations, if you put them in the correct position, they spell out a word. So you got S, then the 3 you have to kind of reverse and make it into an E, X and Y. So it reads out sexy. If you would have used the first letter of the Roadster, put it in the front, would have said R sexy, or in the bottom would have said sexier. That's what I would have done. Thanks for watching.